Everybody, Vick here coming back at you again. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going awesome for you. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, I am in my office right now. I've been doing some work and wanted to talk to you guys. Speaking of work, I wanted to bring you another golden nugget as I do daily, right? And this is, I believe, video number 15 out of 90. So that means that we still have quite a few more videos to go, right? So we'll be talking a lot about different things, and of course I'll be posting all these videos on my blog, so you can have, you can go back and you can watch and rewatch any of these, as you please if you want, right? So the things that I'm sharing with you, my friends, are the things that personally had made an impact or a difference for me personally, right? For my business in the past, some of the things that I tried and it worked, right? Some of the things I've discovered, some of the things that I learned from other people, and everything I'm telling you and everything I'm sharing with you in these videos, as I'll do for the next, however many days, are the things that I'm personally doing in my business, right? On a daily basis, implementing this stuff on a daily basis, my friend, and it's working great for me. So I just wanted to pass it on to you and hopefully, help you take your business, help you take your things to the next level. Today I wanted to talk with you about this little thing called time management. Had a few people actually email me about it and asking questions like, Vic, how do you manage time, right? How do you manage time? And I think it's an important question, and I think it's a very good question, right? Because when I got started in this industry, I did not know how to manage quote-unquote time, right? I was just trying to do things, and I was running, my day was chaotic, right? I did not, I had all these things I wanted to accomplish, but then at the end of the day, you come home and you feel exhausted after the work that you've been doing throughout the day, right? But when you look at the bottom line, you really didn't get anything accomplished. Okay, has that ever happened to you? If you're like me, that probably did happen to you, right? Maybe not even once. But maybe a few times. So let's talk about this thing called time management, right? I mean, obviously right now, I manage my quote-unquote time, and I say quote-unquote because you don't really manage time, okay? I'll tell you what you manage. There is no such thing as time management, by the way, okay? But I've learned some things that have, tremendously impacted my ability to manage my day, right? To manage my activities throughout the day, and help me become more productive in my business, so I can get more things done throughout the day. And when I get home, right, after the day is over, you feel good about what happened that day. You feel good about the things that you did that day. Okay, so here's my take on time management. Right, first of all, I want you to forget the phrase time management. Okay, there is no such thing as time management. Okay, you don't manage time. We all have 24 hours a day. Okay. No matter who you are, you got 24 hours a day, I got 24 hours a day. So we can't really manage time. You can't, okay? You can't manage time, okay? What you can do, however, is you can manage your activities that you do throughout the day, okay? That's what I do. And that was a big breakthrough for me personally when I discovered this little distinction, right? When I discovered and learned about this thing. Here's what I mean by that. So when you want to if you want to accomplish a lot more things during the day, you manage your activities, you manage your daily activities, all right? So I'm not here to teach you what you should do, but I can tell you what I do in my business that helps me a lot, all right, for being more productive. So here's what I do, guys. My day starts already planned, okay? So I don't start my day and then think, okay, what should I do today? Okay, what are the things that I'm going to be doing today? Okay, now I'm not going to say that this happens 100% of the time. I'd say this happens, maybe 99.9% of the time. Okay, there are some, sometimes things may come up to where you have to alter your schedule completely. Okay, sometimes things may come up that your entire schedule for the day just has to be moved over to the next day, right? But that doesn't happen too much. Okay, so here's how I plan my day. Okay, guys. So before I go to bed in the evening, okay, I sit down, and I usually do this on my iPhone. I have a little app that helps me do that. Just a simple to do app. and I just plan my day for tomorrow. Okay, I just plan my day for tomorrow. Everything that I want to get accomplished tomorrow, okay, I plan it out, and I basically just write the things that I want to get done tomorrow. Okay, remember, I do this before I go to bed, okay, the day before. And the reason why is, I'll tell you in a minute here, but the reason I do that is because while I'm sleeping, you see, when you're sleeping, your subconscious mind never sleeps. Okay, and what do you mean by subconscious mind? Well, your heart is beating, right? Your blood is circulating, you're breathing, right? Your skin is being renewed all the time, right? This is the ongoing process. The hair is growing on your head, right? Or if you bald, you know, the hair is growing on your arms or somewhere else, right? But the thing is, all of this stuff is controlled by our subconscious mind, right? So that part of our, you know, brain never sleeps. Okay, so before I go to bed, I have a really clear, crystal clear picture of what my day is going to look like tomorrow. Okay, and let's say if I have, you know, one of the things to do for tomorrow is to record a video for a sales presentation, or you know, or something like that, right? Well, my mind, I just know what I'm going to do tomorrow, right? And when I'm sleeping, a lot of times I'll wake up with, you know, a good understanding and a good concept for the video. Okay, a good concept for what I should say in a sales presentation or sales video, on a webinar or something like that, right? So it's important for me personally. Now, it may not work for you. You know, you just have to try it out and see what happens, right? But so before I go to bed, is I write all the things that I want to get accomplished tomorrow, and I put them in the order of importance. Okay, so there are some things that are more important than others. And I don't know if you can hear that train. Sorry about that. But the things that are more important for me in my business, okay, I'll tell you what they are. Number one, every single morning when I get to the office, right, before I open my email inbox, before I check any of my messages, before I do anything, okay, I just read for 30 minutes. Okay, I just read for 30 minutes. I do it daily. Okay, daily. So then I start my day, and my day starts with doing the most important activity for the day first. Okay, so the night before, I write a list of about, you know, 4 to 5, 6 things that I want to accomplish tomorrow. Okay, and I put them in the order of importance, and then I just start with thing number 1. Okay, that's the most important. And here's the trick. Here's the kicker, though. Okay, I don't go to thing number 2 until thing number 1 is completed. Make sense? Don't go to thing number 2 until thing number 1 is completed. And I stay laser focused on thing number 1 until it gets completed. Make sense? So that way, what happens is you don't give yourself an ability or an opportunity to wander around throughout the day. Okay? If you know exactly what you want to do, what you need to accomplish today, okay? You know exactly what your outcome for the day is going to be like at the end of the day, okay? You really don't have time to, you know, spend hours on Facebook. Okay, you really don't have time to spend hours checking your email or stats every 30 seconds. Make sense? So you stay laser focused on the first thing, and then you know, once that is completed, you go to thing number 2, boom, get that done. Thing number 3, get that done. That's how I do stuff. Now, a lot of times I even take a step further, okay, and I assign an estimated completion time for each of the things that I will be doing that day. Okay, so for example, if one of the things is to create a marketing campaign, right, or create an ad, or create a campaign to get traffic to my website, right? If that's one of the things, I'll specify. Okay, I will estimate. Let's say, you know, an hour. I'll say, okay, so for between 9 and 10 a.m. all right, I'm going to be working on this topic right here, and I give it an hour. Okay, and then I say, okay, so then I'll give myself like, you know, 10-minute break or something. Go stretch, and then come back, and so thing number 2 is going to take me maybe 2 hours. Okay, so I break it down like that, and a lot of times, I'm not going to say that this happens all the time again, but a lot of times, let's say like 90+% of the time, okay, what happens is when I give myself a certain time frame to work with, okay, for the things that I want to do, a lot of times I will find myself actually accomplishing that thing within that time frame. Okay, now I don't know how that works, why it works. All I care about is that it works most of the time. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to share with you, my friend. Maybe, you know, it's going to help you plan your day, but I think if you have everything in your head, right? If you're trying to operate from your head, like I used to, okay, you have a sense of overwhelm. You know, you have a sense of, well, there's so many things you want to get done today, and you're jumping on one thing, and you're like, you know, you try to multitask, and you're not really clear of exactly what it is that you want to, you know, how your outcome for the day should be like. Make sense? And so I think, you know, getting this stuff out of your head and putting it on paper is important. Okay. As a matter of fact, go ahead and try it out for yourself. Okay, just tomorrow or tonight or whenever you're watching this video, just get the thoughts out of your head as far as what you need to get done, right? Here's how I would start though. Okay, so if you have a huge project, if you have, you know, a million things you need to get done, okay, sit down. All right, so sit down and with a blank piece of paper for like 30 minutes. Okay, maybe like an hour. And just write every single thought that comes to your mind as far as what you need to do. Okay, whether it's tomorrow or a week from today or a month from today, every little thing that you need to do, regardless of when you need to do it. Okay, just write it down on paper. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Okay. So you have everything that is in your head that's kind of, you know, a lot of times we dread, right? Well, I need to do that and I need to do that. If you just write it down so it's on paper, it's going to be out of your head, out of your mind, right? It's going to be on paper. You can actually look at it and it's there. And trust me, when you do that, you will feel a sense of relief, okay, big time, because it's going to be out of your head, okay? It's not going to be nagging you anymore, right? So then what you do is you look at the list and you say, okay, so which are the most important things for me to do, okay, tomorrow? And then you just pull out 3, 4, 5 things, 6 things, right, that you need to do tomorrow. And then out of those 6 things, which ones are the most important? Okay, and so you do the first most important thing first. Makes sense? And you just go down the list. What happens if you do, you know, if you have 5 things to get done tomorrow and you only got 2 of them completed, right? But you haven't fully completed. Well, tomorrow you'll pick up from thing number 3. Makes sense? But in doing this, in following this process, what you're gonna do is, number one, you're gonna have a very, very clear, you know, outcome for the day. You will have a lot more things accomplished in the day, right? You will not be overwhelmed. You will be a lot more relaxed, right? You will not be frustrated, and you know, you'll be a lot more productive. Make sense? So do thing number 1 until it's done. Okay, complete it. Go to thing number 2, get that completed. Thing number 3, and so forth. Works for me, my friend. Hope it's gonna work for you. That's my tip for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this stuff. Please comment below. I appreciate you all. I do read the comments, by the way. A lot of times I don't have the time to respond to them, but I do read every single comment. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. If you want to share this, feel free to share this video with anybody you want to share it with, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye now.